Hello! I am so excited to talk with you today. So I was working on some VIP emails and I started thinking about how much easier this process would be for you, my coaching clients, really everybody, if we didn't look through an emotional lens, but we started looking through a scientific lens. Why scientific? Well, because when scientists go to test things, when they go to research, most often, if they're good scientists, they don't go in wanting to get a certain outcome. They are wanting to learn from the experiment. They're wanting to find what works and what doesn't work, and then to make more alterations, right? So there's this thing, and I'm sure you're familiar with this from grade school, the scientific method, right? We create a hypothesis. We start with a question, we research what's already been done, and then we create a hypothesis. If I want to lose weight, then I will try X, right? It's this consistent evaluation tool and learning tool. Where I see there being a couple big breakdowns in people trying to do something like a scientific method with weight loss is they allow their emotions to get in the way, and they take everything super personally, and they don't realize that this change, that as long as your body is aging, you are changing, whether you want to or not. What worked for you 20 years ago will not be what works for you 20 years from now. I often hear from people, well, when I was in my 20s, I did X and I lost weight, no problem. Yeah, but you're not in your 20s anymore. Your body's changing, so thus your approach has to change. So because we're in this constant state of aging and changing, we sometimes have to change too. But knowing what will work best for us in the different stages of life that we're in our ever-changing bodies that we're in, requires a willingness to try different things, test, but not to be married to the outcomes of the test, to be kind of curious. And where I think we could hugely benefit from is looking at our backgrounds from a less judgmental perspective and more a, what can I learn about myself? Oh, look, whenever I do keto, yes, I lose a lot of weight right away. But then as soon as I go off keto, I eat all the carbs and gain all the weight back. Maybe completely eliminating or eating no carbs is not a good idea for me, but maybe if I were to reduce some of my processed carbs, I would do a much better. So my hypothesis is, I know I must be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. What if I tried reducing processed carbohydrates? And I test it for a week. And then I evaluate the outcome. Did I lose weight? Was I able to adhere to it? Do I feel okay? And then making another slight tweak, right? And starting to look at it through a totally different lens. I promise you, if you cannot say, oh my gosh, I'm a failure, I'm never going to get this, I failed so many times, imagine where we would be in the world right now if every scientist did that every time they did an experiment. We would be screwed. we would not have technology, we would not have the medication, we would not have any of the cool things we have today had they not kept making mistakes, falling down, learning why those mistakes didn't work, and then creating a whole new plan of action. That's what I want for you. And that's what I do with my coaching clients, quite honestly. We test, we make adjustments, and we move on. And then we test, we make adjustments, and we move on. We're doing the scientific method, right? Hypothesis, testing, conclusion, re-questioning, re-evaluating. It's a constant cycle. Try as hard as it is to fight that internal battle to make it personal and emotional, and start looking through a totally different lens. And just remind yourself how many things that exist today would not exist if all scientists had that exact same thought process when it came to finding better solutions, better ways, better devices for us. You guys have a great day. Please like and subscribe and let me know how I can better help you. I'll talk to you soon.